They need the white flag. What's going to happen? It's about to get interesting. Green again. 93 to the inside. Shake up here. He's going to And of course, always, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out here. I hope you're having a fantastic evening. National Motorsport Simulation Association and Signature Esports proudly presents the Cars Series, the Championship Auto Racing Series, of course, here on Facebook, YouTube. We've got two Facebook pages we're streaming to today. That's going to be the Signature Esports main Facebook page, of course. Also on Signature Esports Live out there. We went ahead and shared that over there. And the National Motorsport Simulation Association Facebook page as well. YouTube, getting hot and heavy. Dover, the Monster Mile is where we're at this evening. And man, oh man, I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do here. They're going to start gridding in and loading up, and things are going to be changing and shaking up. And yeah, no, that's just kind of the way things go. Starting grid, the Georgia Peach Racing man himself, Ray Rogers, is going to be out front. He's going to lead the field to the green. Inside, of course, Brad Fulham there in the 19, one of our lucky participants that we see out here. Chris McLean, the number 42, is going to be there with Phil Locke in row number 2. These guys are getting that grid ready to rock and roll here in just a second. They're going to be loading out. Where the flag man high above the stands right there. Good to see him. That was the camera I was looking for. Nick Gardner in the number 16. He's going to be there with Clint Leatherwood to the outside. Leatherwood starting outside row number 3. Josh Peterson in the number 2 is going to have Michael Sturgill in the 97. Richard Swavely and Blake Debonet. That's going to make up row number 5. Mike Watts and Brad Lee, row number 6. Mike Watts, part of Race Pass Motorsports. Right there, Bradley, a part of Outlaw iRacing. Gene Wolf and Anthony Mossbasher, they're going to be there in row number 7. Ben Hurst and Chris Johnson in row number 8. David Moore, the number 28, is going to be there with David Hartman, number 33. Brad Williams in the 94, he's going to be there. That IJD Racing driver is going to have Tony Edrington with Wolf Racing to the outside. Jonathan Schwartz, he's going to be out there as well, the number 8. Bringing up the rear of the field right there. So all good things for everybody. Few drivers off their grid today. It's all right, though. Good things are about to happen here. A little bit about the race info. They're going to pace around. They're going to take an extra lap for me while I talk to you guys about what this... the Monster Mile, 1.02 miles in length. The altitude right there at sea level. So it's quite interesting to see the difference between high altitude racing like Las Vegas to what they do here. Very, very... fast cars, all about the horsepower, so it makes these things a little bit loose. Track temperature, blistering 110 degrees right now, so we might see that increase a little bit, but typically over the length of the race, especially in iRacing, we see the track temperature drop just a little bit throughout the race. 82 degrees is the air temperature, 63% humidity. You're going to see cloud cover come over the racetrack, so the partly cloudy sky is going to help in some turns. Especially over the duration of the race. 7-mile-an-hour wind may not be able to be felt out there, considering the Coliseum type atmosphere that Dover does present. And it's just going to be interesting. It's going to be great to see. And Ray Rogers driving the podium Toyota, bringing it around the backstretch. Pace car is going to dive off. We're going to go back to it. Stage is here, ready to be set. And I tell you what, it's going to be interesting to see kind of how it goes. What I was looking for is the schedule one more time. I wanted to bring that up there real quick just so that I can tell you kind of what the stages are going to be like for you. You know, because I forget. Lots going on. It should be 45, 45, and a 90 lap run. It's typically how they go. So 45 laps going to be super fast. They're going to be able to make it on fuel and tire wear, I do believe. So we'll see how it's going to run as they get green here at Dover. Rogers, fastest in qualifying. Not the fastest in practice, but doesn't mean he's not going to be able to get out there and run it. High line's going to be a good line around here. As tire progression starts to roll, but the inside line's the line you want to protect, just like short track racing. That's what they're going to do. Rogers fastest coming around. McLean picks up second. Gardner in third. And they are already hauling tail. Getting some good... Whoa. Something happened there. There we go. Wasn't sure if Rogers split up there for a little bit. Maybe, I don't think he blinked. I don't know. Something going on with my cameras, though. It's all right. We'll stick with this one right here. Rogers, McLean, Gardner to third. Josh Peterson back there, the number 2. He's at 3 spots on his start of the race. Just trying to take it easy. They're lined out pretty darn nicely. How fast you get able to hold on to the tires, that's going to be that's going to be the big answer here. Tire wear, a big factor on the inside line. Phil Locke off one spot, right behind him, the number 1. Little in and out. He started 4th. He's in 5th right now, making out the top 5. Michael Sturgeon Jr., he picks up the 97 in a good spot. There he is. Rolling through the gears. They are tightly compacted. Now they're starting to catch Ray Rogers just a little bit. The 42 of Chris McLean getting to the back bumper. Got to stay out of the wall. As the 10 or so laps get on your tires, you're going to start seeing some moves being made. Get stuck on the outside, you're pretty much going to be there for a minute if a lot of folks start passing on the inside. 16 being able to keep up with the 2, though, right here is that midline run starting to work for him. The 2 utilizing that low line, trying to stay off each other. Side-by-side racing for Josh Peterson and Nick Gardner. That is absolutely insane how close they are to each other. Take a look right here. That's the 16 to his outside. And the 16 might clear him here. Might be able to hold on to it. We're going to see. He's going to drop down in front of the nose of the car right there. Good run for those drivers. So you can't battle too much. If you battle a lot, then you're going to end up driving your tires off of them. And right now, the difference between the 51 and the 42, right now, it's 0.3 of a second. And that is kind of how they're moving. Take a look. Has fallen off to most positions, but don't count him out just yet. Still a lot of room to work. 6 spots for Brad Fulham. He started outside pole position. He's going to be there in 8th. Phil Locke in front of him. Looks like he's giving up a spot to Blake Devinet, the 21 there. Moving and moving. There they are. Standings as of this week. Zachary Taylor, the most playoff points with 8. I don't see Taylor in here. I think. Wonder if he's still running in this series. But Jonathan Bell, he's in the truck series. We did see that happen. John Schwartz, the 12, is 1 lap down right now, but he's got some playoff points there with a win. Ray Rogers there as well. He's got a win, so he's just here to compete. Michael Sturgill, the 97, there as well. Ben Hurst, Rich Swavely, those guys are with playoff points. That's the standings as it stands. IJD Racing leading the teams with 120 points. Georgia Peach Racing off by 3 points with 117. Outlaw E-Racing 110. Race Pass Motorsports there with 105. Wolf Racing 88. Wildcard Racing 85 according to everything. Man, oh man, oh man. Lap 12 green. Rogers leading McLean. That gap is closed just a little bit there. We like to, on short track racing, I like to take a look at, first and foremost, the speeds getting into the corners, because they're about 165 on the straightaway, 170, somewhere in that regard. And he's rolling through the gears. Clint Leatherwood carrying some of the fastest speed out there, 174 for that driver. But you see the relative at the bottom right of your screen, and of course this is the last 5 lap times for the drivers, alternating just a little bit. McLean gains on 8, loses on 9, gains on 10, loses on 11, and gains on 12. We'll see what kind of lap time this one throws by as Ray Rogers steps back into the gas. Maybe pretty, yeah, I was going to say, it looks like a little bit lost there for the number 42. Michael Sturgill picking up a few more spots, trying to track him down. That's the gain on the 3rd place car to the 2nd place car. Now Sturgill's got around a few cars. He's up 5 spots. He started 8th. Nick Gardner up 1 spot right behind him, the 16. We saw him have a fantastic run yesterday. Just being off the pit cycle kind of put him in a different point of view, a different line, so that is kind of how that's going to work for him. They're going to run green a little bit. There's the one of Phil Locke, holding on to his position as best as he can. Josh Peterson, the number 2, right behind him. Leatherwood gaining on him. He had some of the fastest speeds out there. Fastest lap of the race so far ran by Mr. Sturgill, the 97. You'll see it right there, the relative between Sturgill and Rogers. You see it starting to ever so slightly increase. Sturgill trying to hold on to those tires as best as he can. 1 and 2, not really the gain that he's looking for. Ray Rogers gaining out there a little at a time, but I do believe the relative to McLean is starting to shrink just a little bit. All good things, all good things. Omega Leaf CBD, go to OmegaLeafCBD.com. Make sure that you put in promo code CARS25 at checkout to get yourself a little bitty discount on all the CBD products that they have. Fantastic guy out there. Jim Halaka is kind of one of those guys that you just enjoy seeing. Mike Sturgill, go Sturgill, says him out there. He's there in the 97. There he is. Daniel Holcroft saying, get him, Clint Leatherwood. Come on, Fulham, keep it up and get that W, says Dan, as well. So, man. Here's Clint Leatherwood. He was off 1 spot, but from the restart, but that was through shuffling, and he's got some of the fastest lap times out there, just right there, and relative to the folks in front of him. Losing just a little bit there. He got around Josh Peterson, and is holding on to 7th place right there. So that is kind of the line he has. We'll see what kind of line he's going to be able to run here, get himself possibly some faster times. Just a little bit, about, I want to say 9/10 of, or 9/100ths of a second slower than the race leader, Ray Rogers, who's pulled out in front of the field. He's holding on to it pretty darn good, 21 of 180. And like I said, I do believe it's going to go 45, 45.90. It's been the way the sets have worked. My Ray Rogers report's not here today. Only because he's got a birthday going on. .51 of Rogers holding on to first by 0.8 of a second. They're moving and grooving, folks. Moving and grooving. I was taking a look to see who was going to be the fastest on the racetrack at that time by. And it does look like drivers starting to fall into the 44.9 section, 45 for some of them. Chris Johnson, 44.9, that time 74. Holding on to 12th spot, 10 seconds off the race leader. .25 of 180, a little wall scrape from the 74, but, you know, that's kind of how it goes. Driver faster than the race leader right now. How about the 70 of Ben Hurst? He's trying to get to the inside of the 84 right there, going into turn 1. Got Leatherwood right behind him. Leatherwood falls back a couple of spots. I think it's just about tire wear. I think that's where he's at right now. Sometimes just being patient gets you, nets you better positions, especially over a longer run. Deppinette a couple of laps down. I think Deppinette had to go to pit road. Dave Harden, he is going to be a lap down right now. There's the 33. Going to hold on to that position. Has the 16 going around him. Tony Edrington, the 85. He is holding on to 19th. He is off a lap as well. John Schwartz, he is one lap down. As you see things working. Ray Rogers, there he is, man. Leading 1.1 second out over Chris McLean. Gardner, Swavely, Sturgill, Rich Swavely up in the pack. There he is. Here's the 38. Always consistent about saving, and then he just immediately gets into it and starts getting around people. Lock holding on to 6th. There's Phil. Sturgill's going to be in front of him. I dig the 358 CI paint scheme at Coca-Cola Toyota. I kind of like it. 358 cubic inches. Kind of digging it. Moving and grooving. 31 of 180 shows the 84. He is in 8th place right now at 3 spots. Biggest mover of the race going to be Ben Hurst, the number 70. Excuse me, hiccups, folks. IJD Racing, number 70 is going to be there in 7th, trying to catch the guy in front of him, Phil Locke, right there in 6th. Going to take a look and see what's going on. Hurst is starting to catch him a little bit there. I know that he have quite, I think he was making a pass on lap 29, so he didn't have quite the lap that you would expect, but we'll see how this is going to work for him. You know, after the stages, then they kind of just line them back up, and, you know, kind of the way it goes. Rich Swavely has run the fastest lap of the race. He ran a 23.38. That is, I take that back. John Schwartz, 23.33. John Schwartz back there in 20th. He's just holding on, doing what he can, trying to get, possibly going to stay on, get a lap back. We'll see how that works for him. But, you know, it's short track racing. McLean gained on 28 and 29. He has lost quite a bit on 30, 31, and 32. So we are going to see how this is going to be working in his favor. Does look like Gardner's gaining on McLean now, as you're seeing the long green flag run be the end all to be all. Gardner with Swavely. I think Swavely's catching up for darn sure. think I'm getting rid of the hiccups here. Out darn time. Mike Watts, the 84, holding on to a good position. He was losing a little ground on 34, but he's gained a little extra ground on 35 and 36. So he's starting to pull away from Josh Peterson, the number 2, who started 7th. This guy started 11th. He is up in 8th place right now. We're starting to see that tire wear become a big factor. 70 going around the 1 as the latter parts of the first stage starting to really play a factor on the drivers. Up to 6th, up 9 spots. He is still the biggest mover, Ben Hurst. 51 of Rogers. His lap time starting to shrink a little bit. Chris McLean gained almost half a second over the last couple of laps. He gained 0.27 seconds, so almost a quarter of a second over Ray Rogers. Now some lap traffic there for Ray Rogers to contend with. Inside 33. This is where the 42 is going to be able to possibly start sticking some good lap times together. 42 having to deal with the same lap traffic is going to go high line or go low line. Rogers trying to pick up the back draft of the 5. Draft here, the 9, I'm sorry. The draft here, not as important. That's Brad Lee in front of him. Not as important, but it does give you a little bit of an advantage when it comes to pulling off a straightaway. 9 down there. Toyota trying to work his line as best as he can to stay on the lead lap, but it does look like Ray Rogers is going to go around him. Does so. Ooh, maybe not. 42 catching the 51. Is the 9 and the 42, are they teammates? Let's take a look. Brad Fulham, Chris McLean, Ray Rogers, Rich Swavely, those guys part of Georgia Peach Racing. 42 catching the 51 of Ray Rogers now as the 42 gets to the back bumper. 9 of Brad Lee. No, they're not on the same team. 9 goes up, washes up just a little bit. It just gives you a little chance to save your tires. McLean doing a bang-up job catching himself back up. Of course, a little bit of lap traffic helped a little bit. It's all good stuff. Chris McLean, actually, McLean's a part of Ray's team, so, you know, teammates duking out 1 and 2. Gardner's a part of, I was looking for it. He's part of Wildcard Racing. He's back here. Good to see those guys being able to compete, doing a good job. 51-42, 44 laps in. They're going to make 45 here in just 4 turns. Brad Lee, first car 1 lap down, about to be the 85 first car 1 lap down, so that'll make it Tony Edgerington. I take that back. Brad Lee should still be the lucky dog. Ray Rogers coming around. He's going to be stage 1 winner. I think, oh, yeah, he's going to, Josh Peterson just got involved in something there, so stage 1 winner will be Rogers. That'll be McLean, Gardner, Swavely, Sturgill, Hurst, Locke, Watts, Fulham, and Johnson. So, caution happens. Here's what happened. There's the number 2 of Josh Peterson. I think he might have tapped the wall. He did. Oh, man, just barely missed a car there. So that should be the stage end. Should be. To straighten back out. Busch Latte Mobile. Dang, oh dang. Lucky dog should be this guy right here. Be Brad Fulham, or Brad Lee, I do believe. Maybe not. Maybe it's going to be Josh Peterson. Josh Peterson probably will be the lucky. He had incidents, so Brad Lee is going to be. Yeah, he's going to be your lucky dog. He's going to go around him. There's your lucky dog. He'll be back on the lead lap. He'll be able to get his fuel and all that snazzy stuff. Should be good to go. Ray Rogers in on pit road. Drivers are going to be pacing around here. Whoop, come on now. There it is. We were looking for this one. There they are. Rogers off pit road, then the 42, then the 16, 97, 70. There's Phil Locke. There's the, I think that would be 84. And Brad Fulham's still there, but it looks like 74 is going to make it. Johnson's going to make it off pit road first. And man, oh man. They're going to pace around for just a little bit. Brad Lee, he's going to be coming to pit road, I do believe. All those cars coming to pit road this time by. Brad Lee credited with a lap led. Ray Rogers going to be the back to the race lead here. Free pass car looking to get back around. This look like it would be David Harden, the number 33. Yeah, no. We put some cameras in some weird spots here. Oh, man. Thank you, Sturgill. Appreciate you very much. We try our best. That is for darn sure. Thank you for all the likes and shares and follows and all that stuff out there. I appreciate you very much. Pace car leading around. They're going to go one more lap around, I do believe. Lights are going to go off this time by. Then we're going to be back. I believe that's going to be stage one end. And so now stage two is going to begin. And might have to move that camera just a little bit. But I dig it. I do dig it. I do try to set up my cameras pretty nicely. Thank you very much. Leave. Pace car should die. Yeah, lights are off on the pace car this time by. Oh, nearly. About some yeah racing. Speaking of yeah, I think yeah has he raced this past week at a local track, so finished. I think he said he finished 8th, so all good things. Tomorrow, Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series. That's going to be our first broadcast of the evening. And then after that, we will have our Pokemon Friday nights with the Maximus Signature Breaks Live. Tune into those. All good things. A lot of fun for sure. So you've seen these cars. They're getting ready to go again. Waiting for the flag. They're going to get it. Green, green, green. Turn it up. We know that the 42 is fast on new tires, so is the 97. And Sturgill's found himself in there with that IJD Racing team, trying to get around the 51. 51's going to be there. He's going to slide up there, outside line running for the 97. A little right side rear damage for him. 97's going to have to find a different line to run if he's going to be able to try to get to the back bumper of the 51. Crossover for the 97. Almost into the back quarter panel, but still pretty good run for him. Other things that we're going to be doing tonight, I'm probably going to be streaming some games. 51, 42, 97. Gardner back in fourth. Hurst in the number 70. Biggest mover of the race has done a great job of being patient. Fast on old tires, too. I think consistent on old tires. I wouldn't say just fast. Very consistent on old tires. His fastest lap of the race has been a 23.87. So now trying to stretch his legs and really be able to try to get up there with the race leaders. Last time by, ran some very quick times there with the 16. Those guys are trying to catch back up to the front pack, and they're running pretty much in relative to their times. Only Ray Rogers just a little bit faster as he comes by. Brad Lee coming to pit road this time by. Something must have happened to Brad for him to come to pit road this early. 51 out front, lap 55. This looks like Sturgill's going to make that pass on the inside. That's the battle for second as they come around turn 2 onto the backstretch. The 97 trying to track down Ray Rogers, who's led every lap so far except for one pace lap. And right here, the 97 carrying the speed that he needs. Tune Time Racing trying to hold on to it. Gets to the back bumper of the 51. Rogers just needs to run his line. Ray doing a phenomenal job here in the Dover setting. The Monster Mile being tamed quite easily, if I might say so. Gene Wolfe battling outside. Brad Fulham, those guys back and forth. Clint Leatherwood right there in front of him. He's running 9th. Phil Locke there in front of him. So we're going to see how that's going to work out in that regard. Michael Sturgill up 6 spots. Taking his time, pacing himself. Digging into the corner, letting Ray do his job and run his laps. Last time by, 23.95 for the last lap for Ray Rogers. This time by, 24.05. Sturgill just a little bit faster. Moving and grooving. Chris McLean, he pulled in a 23.88 that last time by, so that's going to be where he's going to try to push his boundary. Midline to a low line exit. That's a nice little line right there, digging it off the corner. I can see that working. Ben Hurst, the 70 gets around the 16. Like I said, the biggest mover of the race. I said most consistent over long tires, over old tires. Well, there he is. Worked himself from 15th to 14th now. And, yeah, look at it go. Right behind him, there's the 38 of Rich Swavely. The 8 of Jonathan Schwartz trying to get a lap back. He is fast. Look at him go. Has the fastest lap of the race, 23.3, 24.19 on the last lap. And he's catching the leaders. Right now, he is 1 lap down. And by all stretch of the imagination, trying to get that lap back the hard way. 62 of 180. Or at least stay the lucky dog in this situation. To drive yourself to the back, from the back to the front after being the lucky dog. Not the greatest in the world, but I will tell you that you know, you can do it. Just like I said, just there's a lot of things that you have to happen the right way, especially whenever you have a 90 lap sprint to the end. 51, 97, 42, 70, 16 top 5s for all those drivers. Right now, Hurst trying to close the gap to the drivers. 42 having a big high line run. McLean choosing something different this time by. Trying to figure something out here. How to catch his nose back up to his teammate Ray Rogers. Toyota, Chevy. And another Chevy and Nick Gardner, but there's a Toyota back there. Lots of Toyotas. No Fords in the field. So keep that in mind when it comes to what these things are driving. 51.97, moving. I'm going to pause my voice. We're going to put it back on this camera. closest battle we have so far is going to be Sturgill and McLean for position. McLean trying to get to the back bumper of the 42. Kind of dug into the corner a little heavy there. You see him wash up just a little bit. That carries your speed to the right side. Little wall scrape for him right there. Nothing doing, though. They're trying to catch the 1 second interval of Ray Rogers in front of them. Little lap traffic coming ahead. We'll see how that's going to play out. Lap 74 being completed. Be about 16 and 17 laps before the end of this stage. Man, oh man. Jonathan Schwartz, he's still hanging around. Downtown by himself. What does the chat say? Man, these still aren't fixed. Clint says, gotta love Fanatec pedals for loose full through during a race. Oh man, yeah, they fall off. Yeah. I've seen that, man. Chris Bedwell giving it a let's go IJD Racing League. IJDRL. Good old fantastic stuff out there. Up, looks like we got some action going on right now. 97 high line, 42 low line. Who's going to make it clear? 97 trying to keep it off the wall. That's side-by-side racing. Just going to give it up, be nice and easy. Now the 42 takes back over second place where he ran for so long. And right now, ran the tires off of it. You have to start catching up to Ray Rogers. He's getting around lap traffic pretty easily. And by doing so, that right there makes all the difference. Brad Williams, David Moore going a lap down. Another lap down. Little front nose damage to that car, so we're seeing it. Relative not changing. 42 still needing to catch teammate Ray Rogers, who's made Dover pretty much all his own. Making it pretty darn interesting. 8 pedal failures happened once and got new ones. Hopefully it never happens again, Clint. You know what? We had to do the same thing. Actually, for a little while, I was driving with a... because I have a Fanatec wheel, and I was driving with my old little T180 or T80 or T150 or whatever that thing was, because my daughter kind of like pulled on the steering wheel and actually hung on it, and, you know, because it's mounted really nicely, and separated one of the gears in the inside, so we had to have that replaced. And that's pretty much how that rolled. It's pretty darn interesting. So, you know, of course, took forever to get used to. 42, Chris McLean trying to go around the 94. 94 is going to be a lap down. That's Brad Williams right there. He's got the telephone pole bumper. It's like somebody hit him square and crushed it in. John Schwartz still holding on to it. He's the first car 1 lap down. No doubt, really wanting to get that, keep that lucky dog position. Rich Swavely is going to be the guy right here enjoying his drive. Fastest over a long period. Well, he and Ben Hurst both very fast over a long run. So fast that as they come around, his last lap's going to be better than the race leader by 5/100ths of a second, but still. Maybe not this time by Rogers. 25.14. Swavely, what'd you pull? Swavely 25.24. Better for the race leader, but McLean, he gained a 10th. Man, here's the lap times. Almost 2 tenths over Ray Rogers. Something's turned down for McLean. Fuel mileage going to be a big factor after the stage, after the end of the stage, so we'll see how that's going to work for everybody. Leatherwood looks like he's going to be out due to complications, which I've had. 85 of 180 being completed. Pretty pedestrian race. We like pedestrian. It allows me to recline my chair back. sit back with my Joe Six-Pack Racing League mug, and, you know, give it some stuff. Rogers, gap slowing just a little bit. He gained a little bit right there to McLean. There's the 5 in front of him. 5 driving us into Industries. McLean gains there. 5 in Mossbasher, 1 lap down, about to be 2. As they come around. Ooh, Mossbasher got a little bit loose, trying to, I don't know if he lifted out of the corner or what he did. But Chris McLean really gaining on that lap right there. McLean to the outside. Oh, hits the wall right there. The 5. Oh, 97 is going to be there. 42 is going to kind of block a little bit there. No doubt that had everything to do with the line the 42 was trying to take. The 5 was going to be there. He's going to drop low. 3 wide into the corner almost. The 97 was right there. 42. That right side damage going to be a big factor coming around. That is kind of the same with the 97. He's going to drop in. Probably pull this corner. No doubt the 42 probably he is one of the faster cars out there, along with his teammate Ray Rogers. 97 trying to clear the inside. First gain 7/10 of a second over those two. And right now they're losing 2 seconds to Ray Rogers. Sturgill gained 7/10 of a second on lap 87, this time by losing all of that ground that was made. As you're seeing them really move and groove. Lap 90, I think we're going to have a stage sweep. Sturgill starting to fly around. Stage 1, stage 2. Looks like stage 2 is done. Ray Rogers is going to be stage 2 winner here. Sturgill, McLean, Hurst, Gardner, Slavely, Watts, Fulham, Locke, Johnson. That'll be the top 10. Got a little run for everybody. Like I said, pretty darn pedestrian. They're going to come around. There's some pace car action right there. They're going to meet lap traffic. They're going to pause for a cause. I'm going to sit right here and talk to you guys. How are you all doing out there? Cat's got yours, says Dan. The cat, that sucks. That sucks. I've been there, though. You know, I'm sure they make wireless sets. I haven't looked into it. I don't see them being all that accurate, being over Bluetooth and stuff like that, but I'm sure that one day we will see the best of the best. The 8's going to be your lucky dog. You know that's going to happen. It'll be Jonathan Schwartz. Went for the pace car to cross. There he goes. I believe he should be the lucky dog. There he goes. He's going to get his lap back. Then he'll be able to go to pit road and be at the tail end of the field. Anthony Mossbasher looks like he's going to stay out for, I think he's going to stay out for his tires. It's hard not to go a lap down here. Just like with Martinsville and stuff like that. It's pretty hard. All right, there's pit road for you. 51 looking like he's completing his cycle. Might have to take 97's going to beat the 42 off pit road. 70's going to be right there with him. So Schwartz coming around. I know that John needs his tires. You see everybody come off pit road. He's going to meet the pace car. Ray Rogers going to reassume the lead. The 8's going to dive on pit road. We're going to see that happen right here. A few cars waiting for the wave around, but they're coming to pit road too. Some of them coming to pit. I don't think anybody's going to take the wave around. Maybe Josh Peterson might. No, Josh is out there, 46. All right, things happen. Ray Rogers, your race leader. Sturgill, McLean, Gardner, Swavely, Watts, Fulham, Locke, Johnson, Hurst. Tell you what, it's a different animal though, because right now on the restart, we're gonna have to see how the teammates are gonna be able to keep the 97 from making a pass here. Once he gets out front, that'll be the story. Faster on earlier tires, of course, falls back just a little bit. On older tires, we started seeing that as the 42 started getting around him. Ray basically being able to just walk away from the field. Best lap of his race, though, 23.54. Sturgill's best lap, 23.46. Rich Swavely pulling in with the 23.38, sitting in 5th right now. Jonathan Schwartz, who just got the lucky dog to be 11th in the field right now, is, well, he's looking at it from a big standard here. 23.33 on his fastest lap time. Actually, I can show this stuff to you. I keep forgetting I have this. Best lap time right there on your screen. John Schwartz there in 10th, 23.33, fastest lap of the race. Lights are going to be off on the pace car. We're going to go back to it here. Ray Rogers out front. Look at the Toyota, Chevy, Toyota, Chevy, Toyota, Chevy, Toyota. And then, you know, you see it. It's funny. Drivers ready to rock and roll? I believe they are. Pace car dives off, waiting for the green flag. There is our good man, Ray Rogers. There's Fred the Barney flag man, giving it to him. And they are off. He's still waving. Got some of the biggest pythons in all of simulation sports. 97 with the 42. 42 trying to keep the line. 97's going to carry all the way in. Use that side draft, try to pull the time away. 97's going to be there to the outside. Gets loose. Woo! Nelly, look at him go. He drifted around turn 4. And the 97's going to be right there to the outside of the 51. Still not losing anything. He drifted around the corner. 97 trying to pull the lead away from the 51 and is going to do so. First time anybody out there has led a at pace speed lap other than Ray Rogers. The 97 of Sturgill gets around. But for how long? That, you know, getting loose into the corner right there, that had to have turned the car in. And how long are those tires going to be able to last? But Michael Sturgill running some of his best laps already. Last time by 23.66 for him. Maybe he's just trying to get the biggest lead he can. Same lap time last time by. 23.6 for Mike Watts. He just ran his best lap. 84 holding on to it. 51 of Rogers trying to close the distance. 23.67 that time by. Everybody running in the 23.66s. Look at that. Swavely running it. He's going to be there inside 16. Chris McLean back where he started, but for how long? Nick Gardner, he's back where he started. He's in 5th. Brad Fulham off 4 spots, but he is ready to go. Trying to keep his car clean. There he is. John Schwartz in 10th. He started the tail end of the field right there, so now he's got a lot of work to do. 3.5 seconds off the pace. He's going to have to just work it. Ben Hurst, the 70, got a good restart. Had to drop to the inside because of a checkup that happened in front of him. But definitely there with the pack, Chris Johnson in front of him. Johnson trying to go to the inside, or to the 5 trying to go to the inside. That's Mossbasher trying to go to the inside of 74. 70 is going to be there. Teammates side by side. Now they're running the field. 70 trying to give some pace. Chris Johnson just trying to be patient. Sturgill 0.2 of a second over Ray Rogers. Ray, patient as all get out. I think Ray will have something for the 97 over the long run. We saw the 97's tires kind of fall off. If it wasn't for some lap traffic, he wouldn't have been in second there. So good run for the drivers. We'll see how it goes. 97, 51, 42. Half a second difference right now. Ray Rogers trying to hold on to it. And right now, Rich Swavely is going to be right behind the 42. You see the line that's being ran right here on the backstretch. Here's the look from the rear bumper. Swavely gets into the corner just a little bit more tight, gains a lot of speed. Corner exit's going to be the big factor here, and he's going to have it. That's where he's at. Relative, not really growing or shrinking too much. A little midline to the bottom, holding very nicely. Turn 3, turn 4, a better line for the 38. So maybe he's biding his time, getting into the corner, trying to back up his corners for as long as he can. Michael Sturgill, the distance between he and Ray Rogers, still about 0.3 of a second. Rogers starting to gain as they get into the more longevity of how they do it. Now he's lifting out of the corner and driving it straight through the 3 and 40 here. How loose that car gets on corner exit. Back in it again right there. Gaining. Impact, turn 1, turn 2. Better for Rogers than it is for Sturgill. Sturgill holding on to it. 106 of 180. 74, 75 laps to go here. 74, 107 now being completed. As you see them fit. Man, oh man, they are just holding on to it, aren't they? John Schwartz picked up another spot. I think Chris Johnson might be having some issues. Last time by for Chris Johnson, 24.76. Chris right there. Maybe Chris is just a little bit loose. Has a little bit of damage, I believe. Took 1 minute 3 seconds on the pit lap time, 23 seconds in pit road. So maybe some issues there. Rogers starting to pull the gap back in for the 97. They are making this interesting, that's for darn sure. 97, 51, 42, 38, 16. Enjoying the day. Enjoying the day. We will see how long the green flag run can hold on to the tires. Chris McLean and Swavely right behind him. They're about a second off, and it took a long time for the drivers to be a second off during the last green flag run. So I'm seeing this being a big factor here. Sturgill and Ray Rogers are getting a little bit closer to each other now as the relative starts to increase. I think Ray trying to set himself up to drive into the corner here. Might possibly needing to do so. Now, the 97, if the 97 just runs a line and he forces Ray Rogers to outdrive the car, that right there will be the big issue. That'll be how you have to make it stick. Make them drive around you. Run your line as best as you can. Eventually, your tires are going to give out. Eventually, things are going to happen. There is going to be a green flag run here. And it's all going to be about pit strategy and pit cycles. You see the smoke coming from pit road there. Car on there getting fixed, I do believe. That might be, is that Mr. Leatherwood? I do believe that is Mr. Leatherwood. Having some smoke issues. Smoking in pit road. Yeah. 97, 51. 51 is ever so inching his way there. 97 looks like he's backing up his corners. This guy's running relative times. Quarter exit for the 51 is going to be a little bit better for him. He's there. It's all about timing. Who's going to be able to hold on to it? 42 of McLean is going to be there as well. Maybe a chance for teammates to make one pass all at the same time. 51 looks like he's going to carry a much meaner, straighter, more centered line on the track. 97 using all of the lanes to get where he needs to be. 51 holding on to it. He's going to drop down low. 97 carrying into the corner. He's going to have that speed right here. 51's going to be there on corner exit. 97 going to be there as well. Trying to stay out of the wall. 97's going to clear him here. And going to carry the speed to dive into the corner. 51 is waiting on a few drivers behind him, I believe. I don't know. I'm just assuming. Don't assume. It makes a, out of you and me. Sturgill able to outdrive the midline. Maybe saving something here. Rogers getting to the back bumper again. Another setup. Rogers was doing a phenomenal job of getting to the point where he needed to be clear. Tried to make the pass. The 97 just able to hold the midline just a little bit longer than what he needed to. Slowed all that progress up. And right now, lap traffic going to be a big factor here in just a moment. 51 dives it into the corner. Corner exit's going to be a little bit tricky here. Lap traffic, 97 up. 51 keeping it straight. Trying to get to the back bumper. Maybe utilizing a lap car as a pick. Woo, Nelly almost did it. 51 down. 33 is going to be there. 4 cars. 51 holding on to it. Nice job by all of those guys. What a great little race they're having right here. Michael Sturgill out front. Ray Rogers, McLean, Rich Swavely there in fourth. Cutting themselves back up to the main pack right here. And tell you what, Sturgill's holding on to it. He's doing everything that he can. 51 of Rogers all over the back bumper. And that is all about what you can do for these guys. Hurst, John Schwartz, these guys are side by side. Almost. Oh, I take that back. There he is. Schwartz, the number 8, trying to work his way through the field to catch up to everybody. And has done so. I mean, his laps are right there with everybody's. John Schwartz, 25 flat, 24.95 for the leaders. And right now, the 97 looking to be passed on the inside by the 97. Or the 51 trying to pass the 97 on the inside. Man, oh man. A chance for Rogers to drive. Rogers now really starting to pull those lap times out. 24.85 lap time buys, being able to save, letting the 97 get out there. So Ray Rogers reassuming the lead here. 97's going to have to figure out that run. When do they come to pit road? How long are they going to be able to hold on to it? I don't know, to be honest with you. 45 seemed about perfect for all the laps. Normally, let's see. Normally when they run the 1.5-mile tracks, it's something like 22 to 24 laps. See, it's usually 35, 35, and then a 70-lap run. They usually come at around 28, maybe 30. So if I had to guess, maybe 50, maybe 60 laps. I don't know. We'll see. That's a big guess, man. Alrighty, let's make it the Sturgill show just a little bit. There's Chris McLean right there. It's closing to the distance. Richard Swavely, he's holding on to 4th. Gardner in 5th. Ben Hurst in 6th, trying to check into this race and put himself inside the top 5. Right behind him, John Schwartz. We'll take a look at the last 5 lap times. We were looking at that. A little bit slower, but he's right there within the relative. Schwartz trying to get that even tire wear. And we're roughly about Yeah, 55 laps to go, something like that. Sorry about that. I had a coughing fit because I drank my drink down the wrong pipe. That was awful. Don't do that, folks. Rogers, now the 70 is starting to keep up here. He's getting to the back of the 16. I do believe Ray Rogers now extending that lead a little by little as you're seeing some of the best do their job. Good little job for them all, I tell you what. Good little fun. Rogers, Sturgill, McLean, Swavely, Gardner. Man, oh man. $50 laps to go, 131 being completed. Rogers just doing what he does. Enjoying his line. Holding on to it, 97. Getting loose out of that turn. That's pretty much where what you saw there. So Moshbasher went to pit road. I do believe Moshbasher is going to be 4 laps down. When I say 4 laps, I mean 5 because that's what the relative now tells me. Being 5 laps down might work into his advantage if he's trying to get around some lap traffic, which he is. He's got new tires going around the 42 this time by. Maybe trying to put himself in contention here, getting towards the end of the race to have some faster speed. Wolf 1 lap down. He's in 12th place. That's Gene Wolf, the number 11. He's up 1 spot from where he started, but he's right there. Ray Rogers going around him, just being nice and easy, being what you can be. '42 of Chris McLean, a little bit off pace back here. He's got Rich Swavely right behind him. Ben Hurst is there. Nick Gardner getting passed by the 70 that time by, so the 70 is going to pick up another spot. John Schwartz coming to pit road. Maybe a little pit strategy going on for him. He just dove it in there. And there's Ray Rogers trying to go around the 33 this time. We take a look at this from how long they're actually into the corners. I was going to show you guys this. Here's turn 1. They're into the corners a lot longer now, of course, on older tires than you would like to be. But the straightaway right here, that's the thing, is they're very quick straightaways, very long corners here. And it's kind of the way it goes. 5 goes around, gets a lap back here. And as you're going to start seeing some green flag pit stops, there's the 8. Schwartz going to be 2 laps down this time by. But not for long. No doubt Schwartz is going to get one of those laps back, and it's going to have some speed, carrying 137 of 180. It's going to be all about how long you can carry, and they're getting close to the 40-lap mark. And as they do, there's the 9 in front of, it's the 9 of Brad Lee in 13th. About to be 2 laps down. And I do believe the 8 of Schwartz is going to be fast. There he goes around, gets a lap back, going to be the first car. 1 lap down, or second car 1 lap down. He's going to be coming around to try to catch up to Mr. Wolf, who is the first car 1 lap down. Johnson is going to be the next car in front of Schwartz. That's why I say take the back. Swavely's going to be. So Nick Gardner, Rich Swavely, they're on pit road right now, so they're going to get their green flag pit stops. And that's going to put a lot of drivers a lap down or better right now, all the way to 7th. They are getting to that point where they're going to need to think about it. How long do you think that he's got 50 laps on his tires right now after the pit cycles? Roughly 48, 49 laps depending on it. See, Brad Fulham's in on pit road, 5th place car, so it's Phil Locke. Chris Johnson's going around. Chris Johnson's going to be there, so we're going to see the pit cycle start to work. Sturgill, 1.3 seconds and growing between these two drivers. So we're going to see who's going to come to pit road first. Is it going to be the 51? Will it be the 97? The 70 doing a phenomenal job. It's all about winning the race at the end of the day. And lap times between 1 and 2 are pretty consistent. 23.54 for Ray Rogers, 25.31, and then a 25.36 for Sturgill. This time by maybe a little different. Ray Rogers about a 10th better on that lap. So, you know, that's kind of where it is. Chris McLean, he's in on pit road, the 42, teammate to Ray Rogers. Ray looks like he's coming in this time by, and is going to be there. McLean, Johnson in on pit road as well. Michael Sturgill coming to pit road, locking down the tires. 51s, they got real slow there. 97 was coming into pit road. He was hauling took us. 97's going to find his pit lane first. Jonathan Schwartz, I do believe, came in at kind of one of the right times. It's right now, that gap that he made, that he lost, he's made up pretty darn quickly. And we'll see if it pays off for him over the long run. The 8 was really fast over the long haul. Last lap was a 24 flat, so over about 10 laps, he's not losing that much. And you see that relative time still gaining. Ray Rogers coming off pit road has 9 seconds. Watts coming around, so that's going to be more and more traffic for these guys to fight through. And right now, a 10-second Sturgill, he goes around Ray Rogers this time. So Sturgill, he caught right during the pit cycle. He caught right back to him. What happened? Oh, did Ray pit? Oh no. Ray must have got a speeding on pit road. I am not sure what happened there. So Ray Rogers had to come back to pit road, I believe, do a pass through. Not quite sure what happened there, but man, oh man, that was unfortunate. So John Schwartz got a big old lead right now. 33 laps. It'll be 33 laps to go when he hits the start-finish line this time by. Man, oh man. Clean racing is good racing, says Mike Sturgill. Absolutely. Roger is faster. He gets... Oh, yeah, for sure. Mike, you know, he's a great little driver. Your guy is at 97. There's Mike Watts right there. He came at about the same time as John Schwartz, and right now Mike Sturgill all over the back bumper. That's going to be the difference there. They're inside the 28. The 84 is going to be there. You know, wear the tires out. That's a big factor. It's faster. When you get faster over the long haul, if you save your tires, you can be faster because one, your car gets lighter. And it's just exciting to see. So we're going to see how long that relative's going to be able to hold on. Laps to go. Schwartz out front. And no doubt some time to make up. There is the 51. He's going to be there. He's got Phil Locke in front of him. 51. Going to carry that speed down. I think he had to serve a penalty there, and that is unfortunate. Phil Locke going to get a lap back from the 8. John Schwartz holding on to it. Doing a good little ditty. You're starting to see that relative shrink just a little bit. Last time by 24, you know, almost a full second Sturgill did to Jonathan Schwartz. But I think John was dealing with some lap traffic there. We'll see how the lap times fare out as the laps even out, especially after tire wear starts to even out. We'll see how that works for him. Hurst in 4th, up 11 spots. Chris McLean's going to be right behind him. But Hurst was super fast all race long. And especially over the long run. That 70, I'll tell you what, he's picked up some good lines, some good advice. There's the 84, is gonna have Chris McLean right behind him. So a bunch of Chevys, and now there's Chris McLean, a little Toyota action going on there. Last time by for him, it looked like he did a 24-19, 24-3-1. Jonathan Schwartz, 24-8-6. Man, oh man, oh man. 5 seconds the relative. The difference on lap times. And it's starting to get to the point where they're starting to level off. But Jonathan Schwartz needing to save. No doubt needing to save. Not fuel, but save his tires. 25 laps to go here at Dover. The Monster Mile being very kind. Technically only one caution for incident, but it was the stage end anyway, so that kind of worked out in everybody's favor. And if he had said one caution for Dover, I would have blown my mind, man. Blown my mind. So now 24 laps to go. You know that Schwartz is looking at his rearview mirror going, you know, he's coming. He's a-coming. Blimp view for the drivers. There's Jonathan Schwartz there at the bottom of your screen. Michael Sturgill now a corner away. And the gap is closing. 24.94 for Jonathan Schwartz that last time by. Got a few lap cars in the mix here, so Schwartz really holding on to a good little distance here, but for how long? I don't know. 74. Chris Johnson trying to get around. Looks like Chris Johnson's going to be on some fresher tires, so possibly getting a lap back. Ray Rogers ending up almost, what I think it says, 4 laps down at the moment. I'm going to serve a penalty, 3 laps down. So Rogers is just fast, so he might be able to catch up and get another lap or two back. There goes Chris Johnson to try to get a lap back as well. Mossbasher in 5th. Swapping positions with Brad Lee. That's something that's happening right here. There we go. Brad Lee trying to catch some things up. There's Ray Rogers. I think he must have gotten a speeding penalty. I'm not sure. Sturgill 1.2 seconds and closing. The 8 has the 74 there. The JD Racing 74. It's going to have a teammate in the form of the 70 approaching as well. Sturgill super fast right now. The lap difference 0.6 of a second, but with 20 laps to go, you know, you don't really need to protect. You don't have to protect. And right now, Schwartz can, you know, he can probably hold on to second for a little while. Hurst is his relative's not changing. So the 8th gonna have to force the 74 to go around him. That's gonna have to happen. I know that's a teammate, a 74 teammate to the 70, and Chris is gonna let the 97 go around. So the 97 is gonna be right there at the back bumper of the 8. And like it's same concept with the 97 to the 8. 8 just needs to drive his line, force the 97 to go around. 97's gonna have the fresher tires, and you can already see that the distance, the lap time relatives, 0.3 of a second, and right there the 8 can slam the door, force the 97 to utilize those tires. 8 had a great strategy going to pit road a little bit early, so he's going to use the higher line. 97 still going to have the grip. But what I would do if I were the 8, I would just follow suit. Follow that 97 as best as you can. Michael Sturgill, your race leader now. And after what seemingly was going to be, no doubt, the Ray Rogers show, I'm assuming that there was a penalty on pit road. I don't know if that happened or what happened there, but you know, no doubt that was unfortunate because Ray was there. He was coming. Sturgill, Schwartz, Hurst, McLean, Watts, Swavely, Gardner, Fulham, Locke, Wolf. Jonathan Schwartz, your biggest mover of the race, up 19 positions. And right now, still has 2 seconds between he and third place. And his lap times are about as consistent as Hurst. So we'll see how this is going to fare out for him. About 1.7 seconds between, or 1.1 seconds between he and Sturgill. We ran a 24.98 last time by, 25.36 for Michael Sturgill. Let's run through the field real quick from the top 10. Gene Wolf Racing, number 11. He's in 10th place right now. Chris Johnson right behind the leaders. Not some fresher tires, but looks like there's going to be 15 seconds, between he and Chris Johnson on the interval there. Phil Locke in 9th, number 1. He's in 9th place. Last car on the lead lap at the moment. As 22 seconds separate he and the race leader. Nick Gardner in the number 16, off 3 spots from where he started, but still running a comfortable top 10. In 8th place, Brad Fulham off 5. He started second. And after that first start, it just seemed like it kind of fell back from there. But all good things must rise and fall with the day. Richard Swavely there, up 3 spots, started 9th and 6th. The number 38 been fast all race long. Mike Watts up 6 spots from 11th to 5th. The 84 doing a phenomenal job of being there at the end. Being clean too. The USAA car is super clean right now. And he's got about a 5-second gap between he and Rich Swavely. Chris McLean is the driver that he is chasing. But McLean has got about 6 seconds between he and Mike Watts. So comfortable race. 11 laps to go here. And no doubt a phenomenal 10 laps to go as we see Ben Hurst trying to go to the inside, go to the outside of Jonathan Schwartz. Is going to make that clear. 74 went around The 8 back to 3rd, and now all that that preparation. Maybe he just came in a lap or two too early. Had the right idea though. I mean, I'd have done this. If I know that I need to be on a different cycle or I need to do something different, I probably would have done the same thing. Sturgill, last time by, 25.12 lap traffic, keeping Jonathan Schwartz to a 26.6. Ben Hurst, 25.38. Only driver matching race speed is Chris McLean, 25.13. Everybody else, 25.3 and greater. 8 laps to go. The 97 holding on for dear goodness. John Schwartz trying to track down, at least continuously have a top 5. There's the 42. He's going to go around. Nice little queen run. Schwartz led a ton of laps, did a phenomenal job of keeping it out there. Sturgill has Hurst closing the distance. 7 laps to go, just a little bit, but will he have enough time? I do not think so. Barring any kind of catastrophe, the 97 on Easy Street, as we would call it. Harden, the 33 right there, going to go to the inside. I talked about the telephone pole look. He's got that going on back there on the rear bumper. 6 laps to go now, just 24 more turns for the 97. Screaming around the track, they're going to have some fun. Kind of the deal. Kind of worth it. Kind of digging it. Before I get to mention it, forget to mention it, big ol' happy birthday to the now 12-year-old Aiden Williams. That's George Williams' son. That's why George is not in the broadcast booth with me today. George is celebrating the birth of his son, keeping him alive for 12 long years. And here's to many more to all of us over here at Signature Esports. And for myself, because I have kids, birthdays are super important, super special to you. So make sure that you cherish all the ones that you get. And if you're out there, make sure you give your family a big old hug and love. And, you know, it's just a good day out there. And Mike Sturgill says, whatever happens, hats off to Rogers. He's a clean racer. You bet your buddy's a clean racer. I agree. Ray is, he had a good race, and he was the car to beat today. And big old, I'm sure that it just seemed like that was a penalty. 3 laps to go. Phil Locke looking to be going a lap down to the 97. I do believe 97 I talked about him having to speed early on, and it kind of panned out in his advantage this time, because the early speed gave him the big lead over the rest of the field in front of him. He had 2 cars that pitted earlier, and right now those cars, see John Schwartz, he pitted on lap 134, and Mike Watson 135. And those drivers are right there. They're right there in the top 5, and those are all good races. 2 laps to go. Gonna make it. The white flag brought to you by Omega Leaf CBD. Go to OmegaLeafCBD.com. Do your research about your products through their website, and make sure that you sign up for the newsletter. Get a big old discount by using Cars25. Here it is. 2 more turns. Sturgill, 2-time Chevrolet Cars Dover 180 winner, taming the Monster Mile. Hurst in 2nd, McLean in 3rd, Schwartz 4th, and Watts in 5th. Good little drive off from all the drivers, including, Ray Rogers had, this was his race, and we all knew that, barring what happened, but still Sturgill was there to compete, and he was doing a phenomenal job. And as things may progress into it, that right there absolutely shows the character of everybody. You know, we always say it's a shame if somebody has to, come on now, if somebody has to serve a penalty, because you never know what's going to happen, and, you know, those things do happen. That's why they call it racing, folks. Race results. Of course, again, brought to you by Mug Leaf CBD. Michael Sturgill, your race winner, the 97. Ben Hurst in second. McLean third. The Ada Schwartz in fourth. Mike Watson fifth. Richard Swavely, Brad Fulham, Nick Gardner, Phil Locke, Gene Wolfe tied up all the top tens for you. We're talking about it. David Moore finishes in 14th. David Harden 16th. Brad Williams 17th. And back down the list here as you see it. Leatherwood finishes in 19th. Mr. Depinet all the way down there to 21st. Man, oh man, a good little race. And of course, in all ways, we like to make sure that we talk about the rest of everything. And that rest of everything going to be this right here.
Congratulations to the winner from Pub Table Racers. My name is Warren Brissell. I've been in NASCAR for 20 plus years. Sitting next to me is...
My name's Tim Packman. I'm involved in the short track industry and NASCAR for about 30 years. And we have a Facebook Live show every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. We're also on YouTube, Twitter. We have a website, pubtableracers.com. And we invite you to come check all that out.
Apple Podcast also.
Yep, we have all that too. And Warren, what's it like to be involved with this league?
We're very proud to be involved with this league. Congratulations again.
And congratulations to the winner as you pull into Pub Table Racers Victory Lane.
Cheers.
And as we bring him into Pub Table Racers Victory Lane, the 97 of Michael Sturgill Jr. wins it here at Dover after a great little ditty that we call a phenomenal race. The Monster Mile being tamed, and I see you and your teammate there burning it down together. Walk us through the race. There at the end, Shorts choosing to pit a little bit earlier, and you were able to just basically find your way through some lap traffic, get around Mr. Schwartz, and find yourself to victory lane.
Really, it was the green flag stop. I was able to get in right behind Ray, and cut the gap down that he had on me. And coming out, I guess he got a penalty or something, which that really sucks. I hate to beat anyone in that way. But yeah, I was checking my relative, and I saw I kept cutting down Schwartz's lead by, it was like 6/10 and 9/10 and a full second sometimes. And tires were just huge here, so I knew with the newer tires I should be able to reel him in and get past him, hopefully easily. And we were able to do that, and then just click off the rest of the laps as clean as possible.
And it did. About 20 laps to go, and you were smooth sailing. Teammate getting around a few people as well. First, up some big spots there too. Your teammate doing a phenomenal job. Being that it's short track racing that drives kind of like a mile and a half. You talked about tires. Saving tire sets here during the stages. Did that really matter, or was it just more about having them when you needed them?
Yeah, we had enough. We actually, I think everyone had one set left, so we had plenty of tires, so we didn't need to double stint them at all. The wear here was pretty serious. The setup could get pretty tight at times, so really wore down that right front. But just try to be as smooth as possible and save as much as possible. Ben actually was he was saving them a little better than I was, so I was worried it was going to possibly come down to me and him racing there at the end. He might have better tires than I did.
Yeah, well, it's racing. Rubbing is racing still, even between teammates.
Right.
All right, my man. Well, give your shout-outs out there. Congratulations on a win here at Dover, and we'll be moving on next week, and we're going to have some more fun.
Thank you. First off, I want to thank Toon Time Customs being on the car and let me race for him. Thank you for broadcasting. You always do a great job. Thank everyone who puts the league on, helps with the league, and big shout out to all the drivers tonight. Dover is not an easy track. For this thing to go green, that's pretty incredible. Shout out to everyone watching, including my dad and all my teammates, Ben, Chris, and Brad. Jay Bell hopped up and was crew chiefing for us, and the team owner Ryan McDuffie.
Yeah, it was all good things, man. I saw I saw your dad out there chatting it up, and he likes to have racing conversations with me, whether you do good or not. So it's kind of nice. I dig it.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, my man. Well, congratulations once again, and we'll definitely be seeing you next week.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Michael Sturgill, your race winner, doing a phenomenal job. And we're going to move on to his teammate, the number 70. You were coming, man. You had speed all race long. It seemed like you found the right line. You were able to keep it clean. And it just seemed like this was your track. This was your race. You may not have had the wheels at the very end, but it seemed like you were still closing the gap to your teammate.
Yeah, I sped coming off pit road on the second caution, the competition caution that we had. So I had to drop all the way back. I think I lost 12 spots maybe. So I had to fight through the field again. And I got lucky with a really good pit stop late, and it just kind of kept pushing. I love this track. It's so much fun to drive. So I'm just happy that Sturgill won and was able to get back to the front. He was fast all race too. Listening to him, he fight the car with that damage that he had and still be able to pull out a win is a testament to how good of a driver he is.
Right side damage, a big factor when it comes to Dover because of how the right front wears when you're diving into the corner. Did you find he was talking about setups being tighter? Did you find that after that, what they call it, the 10-lap tire wear that iRacing has, did you find after about 10 laps that it kind of tightened up and forced you to want to drive yourself up the track a little bit?
Yeah, with the B car, with the Xfinity car, you gotta be really patient with it, and it can be hard to do at times because you just really want to drive out of the corner. And if you wait on it a little bit, it comes around pretty easy, especially if you're on the bottom like I was. Once you start coming up off that line, the car gets a lot harder to drive out of the corner. Definitely, it's tight. It's tight always. But I was able to get it to turn a little bit better just because I didn't have damage for most of the race. And the bottom really helps. So I was really starting to come on at the end. I wish I had maybe 20 more laps. Maybe I could have caught Michael.
I think given another 20 laps, I think you probably would have caught him and passed him. So that's what I was seeing as far as the relative goes. I mean, you were closing the distance pretty well there. Lap traffic was being very cooperative, so to speak, for the most part. So it seemed like everybody knew where their line was, and for basically technically a one caution race, because there was one caution for incident that actually ended the stage a lap earlier. So it was a great race overall from my point of view. But of course, I always got to make sure that I let you guys give the shout outs and do all that stuff. Congratulations, Ben, on a P2 finish here.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I want to thank Brian McDuffie, Chris Johnson again for bringing me on and into this league. My teammate, congratulations to him for bringing home the dub and another top 5 finish for a couple of guys in the team. It's a good back-to-back week for us, so I'm happy. Looking forward to next week. Thanks.
Right. You too, man. Congratulations once again, and definitely looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Ben Hurst, P2, that's absolutely a thrill to see, and it's good to see all these guys get out here and be competitive. Last but not least, we're going to talk to, where's Mr. McLean? There he is. The man himself, Mr. McLean, teammate to Ray Rogers, had a phenomenal race. You were sitting in second for the longest time. Sturgill got around you, and then you guys kind of battled back and forth there. It was a good battle between you two. The race just ran really green, and pit cycle is what came down to basically finishing here from what I've gathered. Walk us through it and tell us how your day went.
Yeah, man, we had put together a really good race, and we had a good qualifying effort. We had a good game plan going in. We was just going to try to get out, get in line and stretch it out. We did. First stage, second stage, me and Ray, we just, consistently putting together laps, and then old Sturgill got in there and we battled a little bit back and forth, which we was a little better than him on the long run. So we didn't battle him too much. And ended up, I was getting on pit road and for the green flag stops, and somebody was locked up sideways. So I decided to go back on the track and not take my chances of being wrecked right there and be on the hook. So I went back around another lap, lost a lot of time there, but I just maybe there, put together a few good laps, took care of that right front on that last run, and then I just drove the wheels off of it trying to make up time. And I think I ended up coming out somewhere 10th, 12th off the green flag stop and made it back to third. So I'm happy with it.
I'm happy to finish a race in the Xfinity Series cars, just in my opinion. So it was a good race. I mean, if it had come down to you and Ray and you were battling each other for the lead, would you have bumped and run your teammate?
It's hard to say, just depending on the situation. I think, me and Ray race a lot together, and we're normally able to get it done clean. So, but yeah, I'd probably bump and run with Mama if I had to for a win. But
I was going to ask that Sturgill and Hurst too, because I was like, if you guys are closer to the Ray, and I just forgot to do it to ask them. But I'm sure that Ray would have given you a square one to help you up the track a little bit, so he could have gone by you a little bit too, if that were the case. If you do it clean, it's a sight to see, and I thoroughly enjoy it. But you know what? You did a phenomenal job. I mean, I'd be proud of what you did.
yeah, I think, be honest with you, I think that Ray was going to be hard to beat. He seemed to have a really good long run car, long run speed, which there several times I would get caught up battling with Sturgill. So I really don't know how it would have turned out. If we both would have been 1-2 long run. He just seemed to have a little bit better car, but I think it's because I kept getting in them battles, and I hate it for him. He just got popped for speed in there at the last second. Just throttled up a little too early. But I give a shout out to all them guys at Georgia Peach Racing. Man, we put together a pretty good team, and I like running with them.
Yeah, they did a phenomenal job. I was pretty happy to see it. I was like, oh no, Ray's going to pit road. He must have gotten a speeding penalty. Because I can see that sometimes, and sometimes I can't see it depending on what the live timing tells me. And I was like, man, he must be going to serve a penalty. And I looked at the timing relative, and I was like, yeah, he's serving a penalty. But it'd have been great to see. But a P3 finish for you here after coming out 10th or 11th. That right there does it grows a testament to what you guys can do here in the B cars.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Like I said, I was trying. I made up a good bit of time. I thought I was going to get to Ben, but ended up just losing that right front about them last 5 laps. I made up a few seconds on Sturgill, and I really thought I was going to catch Ben, but it didn't work out for me. But we had a lot of fun, man. This league is a lot of fun. They have put on a good league, and that green flag race there was a lot of fun. I kind of wanted to see a caution there after I messed that pit stop up, but
I don't doubt it.
It is what it is. You got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, man. I'd rather have to work my way back around the field. I think cautions are the devil, because no doubt that it gets stacked back up, then I'm involved in something after that. So it was still a great run. Congratulations, Chris, and I look forward to seeing you next week, man.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Absolutely. Georgia Peach Racing, the guy himself, Chris McLean, who had a phenomenal race today, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Congratulations to the 97, and remember, Pub Table Racers, they are the Victory Lane sponsor each and every week. Make sure you tune in and watch every Tuesday and Wednesday for the National Motorsport Simulation Association, brought to you by Signature Esports TV or SCTV out there. Thank you to everybody tuning in. Give us a like, follow on all the platforms. If you're new here, I do appreciate it. If you've watched this far into the race to see who won, well, I love you. Thank you very much. The more time that you watch, the more pertinent it is. The more you comment, the better it is for us as well. Thank you to everybody for doing what you do, and we most definitely will see you again tomorrow evening. Signature eNASCAR Truck Series tomorrow night. Midwest Days of Thunder on Friday. Saturday is going to be the Signature eNASCAR Cup Series. Here in a little bit, probably going to do a little gaming. Going to have some fun. I enjoy myself, just relax. Pokemon Friday nights for the Maximum Sports Cards breaks. That's going to be Friday night as well. So, we do what we can. We have fun. It's just the way it is. And I want to. We get a lot of. I've gotten a lot of flack over. We've been doing this for almost a year now, and I've gotten a lot of flack from people who've either liked or disliked me. I opened up a gaming channel for folks, a gaming Discord channel, and it's on our page for folks to get into if they enjoy gaming or they get out there and they want to support what we do, and or they want to share what they do with us, have conversations. It's a public Discord. We've had a little issue with somebody out there calling themselves Signature, not Esports, and as much as I didn't want to bring this up and didn't want to talk about it, I will be talking about it here in a little bit. So if you want to tune into that, we'll talk about what's going on there. And I want to thank the National Motorsport Simulation Association, Dylan, and all the crew over there, and basically everybody who's ever sponsored or put money and invested into what I do here. Because realistically, if it were to come down to it, this is all about because people have a need and people want me to do this, and so I appreciate them for having the want and the need for that. Thank you to everybody out there. We love you. We appreciate you. And if I don't see you, have a good afternoon, good evening, and a good morning. They need the white flag. What's going to happen? It's about to get interesting. Green again. 93 to the inside. Shake up here. Pick up the grab. 83 to the inside of the 93. Side by side. Will he here on the outstretch? He's going to